Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Kubinik and I am a second-year student at Penn State studying architectural engineering. I am here today to share with you a simple science experiment that you can try at home and you can actually eat. Let's go through some of the stuff that you're gonna need. First, you're gonna need 2 Ziploc bags, one big one and one small one. Then you're gonna need 1 cup of milk, either almond milk or any other kind of dairy substitute works well too. You're also gonna need half a cup of salt, either table salt or rock salt, any salt that you can find. Next, you're gonna need a ton of ice. And finally, anything that you want to flavor your ice cream. I'm gonna use a little bit of sugar and some chocolate syrup because chocolate's my favorite. You can also try vanilla extract if you like vanilla ice cream, or frozen banana if you like banana. Anything that you like, you can put in. Okay, so the first step is to fill your small bag with the milk and anything else you use to flavor it, like sugar or chocolate syrup, anything that you've used. I found that it really helps if you put the small bag inside of a glass so you don't spill it everywhere. And you're just gonna pour it inside. Now, this is the most important part. Take the bag out carefully and close it as tight as you can. Make sure that there's no holes. All right, next, you're gonna take the big bag and fill it halfway with ice. Now you're gonna take the salt and pour it into the same bag with the ice. Now you're gonna take the small bag from before, make sure it's super, super tight, and put it inside the big bag. And make sure the big bag is closed tight. Okay, now you're gonna take a towel or even some oven mitts, get your bag, wrap it up nice and tight, and now you're gonna shake it. You'll notice that this bag gets super cold. Let's take a look at why while I keep shaking the bag. Water, or H2O, has 3 very different phases under normal conditions: solid ice, liquid water, or gaseous steam. Each phase depends on the temperature enclosed. Solid ice is really cold, while gaseous steam is super hot. We can actually change the phase if we play around with the temperature. If we have solid ice, we can add heat and melt it, turning it into liquid water. With liquid water, we can add even more heat to evaporate it into gas. We can also take heat away and make it colder. We can take hot steam and cool it in a process called condensation. An example is when you see water droplets on your bathroom mirror after you take a really hot shower. If you take even more heat away, you can freeze the water back into ice. Let's take a closer look at solids and liquids because this is exactly what our experiment is dealing with. There is a very specific temperature that freezes liquids and melts solids, known as the freezing point or the melting point. It's the same thing. For water, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is the specific temperature required for freezing and for melting. This means that at 32 degrees, all liquid water, whether it's from a tap, a bottle, a lake, stream, or even from the clouds, it's gonna freeze. Now, what's really cool about salt is that it has the ability to lower that temperature, lower than 32 degrees, when it's combined with ice. We'll actually see in a moment why this salt and ice combination or solution works so well. Oh, back to shaking. By shaking the bags, I'm actually causing a chemical reaction in the solution. This chemical reaction and the amount of work I'm putting into it is actually known as work. I've been shaking the bag for about 5 minutes, so it should actually be done. Let's take a look. Now, if you open up your bag and you look inside, the inner bag is actually frozen. And what once was a liquid is now ice cream. Another thing too, if you look in the bag, there's a lot of water when we didn't actually put water in the bag. How did that happen? Now that the ice salt solution has a lower freezing point, it was able to take in heat and melt at a colder temperature than normal water. But where did it get that heat from? Since the cream on the inside of the bag is actually warmer than the salt ice solution, that's where the heat came from. The heat moved from the cream inside of the first bag to the ice in the second, making the ice into a water and the cream on the inside into ice cream. This is also why the bag got so cold, because the heat was trying to escape. This movement of heat is known as heat transfer, and it is not unique to this experiment. It shows up anywhere that we have hot and cold interactions in real life. Now, as an engineering student, I can tell you that engineers use this idea of heat transfer every single day. It's a huge part of a subject that we call thermodynamics. Now, this deals with a whole ton of cool topics like conduction, convection, radiation, thermal conductivity of specific materials, or boundary layers, or simply just enjoying a bowl of your favorite ice cream. Now, I'm gonna go eat the rest of this before it turns back into a liquid. Thanks for checking out this video, and look on our channel for more fun videos on the Penn State Engineering Ambassadors YouTube page, and if you want to go to our webpage to learn more, feel free to do that. Thanks for watching.
Like this video and subscribe for more. Thank you.